plus cruel que la passion. N'éprouvant aucune compassion. En amour, je joue pour gagner. Au père dans leurs yeux pour pleurer.
Hello everyone and welcome to this other broadcast for the EREUS channel for the FACEIT League Season 4 Masters Series, where we'll see EREUS against GASS T3 No Job. I'm Hoshin and this is Jaffa. How are you, Jaffa?
I am good, thank you. I am happy to be joining you once again for another broadcast here on this Twitch channel. So, exciting to see how EREUS are going to be doing against this team.
Indeed, indeed. And as you mentioned, before the broadcast started, those two teams have met with little dogs that we casted like a couple days ago, I think. Well, right before the weekend actually, and it didn't turn out the exact same way. Little Ducks reverse swept GASS T3, but EREUS 3-0'd them. So even though like this is just one point of comparison between the two, but I think this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, that's kind of the only real reference point we have for these teams and kind of how they match up against each other. We haven't seen them play before, but we have seen EREUS play off many times before as well. And we've seen this lineup many times before. Lars, Sleek, both of them are outstanding players. Testicle as well is not a Anna to be sniffed at either. They can be incredibly good at that Anna. Can't forget either of the other players as well. But GASS T3, another team here with a couple of players here. What do you kind of think so far from that? It seems like Booga is a bit of a fan of Malga. Probably not something that everybody's going to be quite so happy with.
And also, I didn't like quite get this when I saw the lineup, but GASS T3 is actually like running with NBHD, but most importantly Bones, which was in the Spanish World Cup team.
Right,
which is
so
very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I was surprised. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be able to provide some great insights to the rest of the team with the experience that they would have gained from being on, the World Cup team. So I hope that they're going to be able to bring that, and maybe it will be all the difference that they need to kind of bring about the victory for them. GASS T3 currently 4-4 overall in the league, so they are currently ahead in the league placements for EREUS, but I think it'll be a good opportunity for EREUS, who did have a bit of a rough start to the season. With a lot of difficult teams, top tier teams like Demi-Pro and 0907, some of the first teams that they had to fight against in the league. But that is enough of that.
Not the easiest of starts.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a game on our hands here, starting right ahead with the two teams starting out with a little bit of a brawl on the game.
Exactly. So EREUS still starting up with Lars as Zarya. No Venture this time, but I guess that Jesper will still be the kind of duo to Lars. They're already starting quite nicely. Even though, yeah, that's a bit complicated. Everyone is fighting for the top, and in the end, GASS T3 puts their feet on the objective. Would that be enough though? No elimination so far, but maybe that time. Oh, that's a very nice bubble. Can we get an elim? Oh, Booga takes down Jesper Swag, and NBHD takes down Volsa. Sorry about that. This should be clean up for GASS T3.
Yeah, it really should be clean up indeed, but it's they're trying to make it as hard as possible, doing what damage they can. They finally managed to get the momentum that they needed to get those last couple of picks there. But you could really see though that they were trying to really target down a couple of players. But unfortunately for them, they were just able to run away and get some space and help that they needed for the rest of the team to come in and clean up, get those crucial few picks that you saw.
Exactly. So here we go again. Same angle for from Jesper Swag. Maybe no. We're gonna kind of go with the team. Okay, Booba is still holding high ground. There is not much room to maneuver for EREUS at this point. We're still looking for frags, but this is very complicated. The GASS 3 team is actually pretty split, but it kind of works in their favor. Sleek dispatches Bones. That's a first interesting play. But Lars is getting isolated by Booga. Will it be possible to just get out of it? No, it's not possible.
No, it's not possible. They're chasing down the remaining players here. And the support trying to come in and give them some extra help. And it's going to matter.
Oh, that's interesting. Nice.
Getting the kills that they needed. They have the point of capture as well.
3 kills. I mean, Booga maybe have a kind of overextended at this point. I guess that the two previous fights were kind of, let's say, a go-ahead to try and keep doing that. But here it really most definitely backfired.
Yeah, it really did backfire for them, unfortunately. Give some ultimates online, plenty of them from EREUS. In fact, Overclock comes online, and is able to find one on the support already in the backline. Finds another as well up higher. All the supports are down there for GASS T3. There's nothing they can really do. Cleanup is starting already. They're chasing down those kills as a group, and they find another on the Genji.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, a little dab of greed, maybe? Oh, yeah, that's not going to be possible. Let's scurry away. But yeah, I know what has been happening to EREUS. Sleek didn't get like the first entry pick on the first fight. That's why they had to concede points.
You don't want to be relying too much on a single player. The ultimate's coming online here. Oh no, but it goes down already with his ultimate. He's not able to find any kills. Bones is able to find a kill on that counterpart though. He is a Kiriko coming into the backline.
Okay.
Not able to find a kill, but Sleek is though.
Kind of a Genji Rico. Well, that was weird. Well, it worked. It worked. Ooh, Bones! Oh, getting too comfy on that wall. Too bad for him. This looks very promising so far. Like last fight, basically, for GASS T3 if they want to take this back. But we have nice ults, and a blade. Okay, Beat gets popped, and there you go. Very nice grab. Booga bites the dust immediately, and that should be basically all she wrote. That blade might do a bit of work though. But yeah, that's complicated. Ooh, there you go.
Overtime though, they
still overtime. Bones is still on point.
And they do have some reinforcements coming in, but it's unfortunately a little bit too slow, not quite able to touch in time, getting that clean headshot. And well, it was quite a dominant later victory there for EREUS on the later halves of that particular map.
Yeah, it was a bit like, okay, let us get our bearings, and we'll be right back with you. Let's see if there are any changes. So far, doesn't look like it. Taxol swapping to Juno though. But all yeah, for everything else, it's basically the same. Okay. I mean, this is like city. Like I don't remember. Is that one called City Center also? I don't remember.
There's so many the thing is with these particular maps is they obviously bundle them and then they have different points in between and it's kind of hard to remember exactly which ones are which when you just kind of pick the map. You're not really thinking about which points. It's just what do I do next?
Oh, Volta already kind of low. Oh, he slept and fell, and NBHD takes the first kill for this engagement. This will probably, push EREUS to basically wait back. Well, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe Bones got a little greedy here. And now Volta should be back, which means they can re-engage. And I mean, GASS T3 did get the first tick. And it's not flipped yet. So all in all, good operation for them. It's just that we're still kind of in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, they are still in the middle of the fight, trying to find what they can here with Lars all the way up in the front line here, trying to get some damage and some charge. 60% charge, getting good. They're always fun with that jump as well. That jump that is available to them on. And they were using that to try and, jump around a little bit, get a little bit of more space. But it's been a long, kind of busy fight. There hasn't really been any ultimate. Speaking of which,
Kitsune gets popped.
Here we go. Yes. Just used it finally, going to try and give them a little bit of opportunity to push into the team, maybe. But the Juno uses their own ultimate there, giving themselves a damage boost, huge damage boost on the team. But Lars is at 100%, using the beat as well to keep Lars alive a little bit longer there. Ultra, unfortunately, is going to go down. The tank is just so low on Glass 2-3.
No, more than low. He's back at spawn. There we go. Interesting sequence. EREUS didn't quite get the eliminations they bargained for, I guess, with the Kitsune, especially when it got countered by the orbital. And then, yeah, pretty much everyone started using ults. We do have a little advantage for EREUS because we have a grab and also a blade and an overclock coming up.
Those are going to be some valuable ultimates. The Dragon Blade comes out indeed. He's able to get the blade kill onto higher. Oh!
That blade!
Come out with barely alive as well. 86 HP in a dream. I'm not sure how the thing goes, but it's enough to keep them away at bay.
Yeah, that blade didn't get anyone with the blade itself, but the deflect surely got GASS T3's attention.
Right, absolutely. So the high-level strats you're going to be using as a Genji, right? You blade only so that you can become the center of attention with the reflex, but I don't think it's really going to matter because I think Sleek is trying to take that center of attention away from them.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they've got some amazing kills with that overclock, and the rest of the team burrows into the backline, securing them, get more progress here, and it's starting to equalize now on the progress for this particular round. They're going to be trying to get into final fight territory pretty soon.
Yeah, basically, 70%, so... pretty much, if EREUS, holds this fight, they should be okay. Okay, NBHD popping overclock, might get rid of Lars, but no, that won't be possible. Okay, Kitsune has been used on the EREUS side, which gave them lots of sustain. And now, well, we're at 90%. GASS T3 really didn't make as much as a dent in that last fight. So this should be game, I would say. Well, for this map at least.
Yeah, well, they're really only looking for overtime triggered. Finally, they are all falling into the point now. Ultimate's coming online, trying to use them all to get what they can. Lars is staying alive, though. They did so much damage that first round. Sleek is able to find a kill onto Haya. That's one support down there for GASS T3. In fact, that's 3 members down for GASS T3. Lars and the rest of the team bullying that tank there in the center of the pitch, and that is going to be it. EREUS there coming out on top with the second round and a first map victory, setting them ahead already in this first of 3 series.
Yeah, EREUS definitely upped their game in between mini maps. That was interesting. I would say, yeah, kind of a rough start on the beach. But other than that, yeah, pretty solidly played all along. Nice old combos also. We saw Lars powering up Sleek actually to get easier shots on the overclock, for example. It's not like Sleek really needs any more help. He does that perfectly fine on himself. But the combo was really interesting, and all along, especially on that last map, what we've seen is basically EREUS being defending and taking that role very seriously by saying, okay, so we're gonna fight where we decided, not where you want to fight.
Yeah, I do think that is that's something interesting that you bring up there about how they're trying to control the fight as much as possible, and I think that's actually just a really strong hallmark of a good team to be able to sort of control those team fights and where they're happening and what's going on, because it's not just a good demonstration of the kind of knowledge of the game, but also of like team coordination as well, and
Exactly.
all the other little skills that are needed to pull that off. You know, you need
Mm,
patience, you need tactics, you need to be thinking like that all the time to be able to pull those things off. You're
mm.
never going to be seeing that in any kind of ranked games, that's for sure.
Oh
Because
yeah, no.
you know, as I'm sure you know, all ranked games, I mean, they're just a Hail Mary. There's what do you mean, like, oh, where do you want to play here, fight there? It's just a death match half the time.
It's a bloody coin flip.
Mm.
Pretty much. We're gonna go on Route 66, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed. And the bands are going to be Lucio and Torbjorn. Interestingly. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I find that a bit interesting. I mean, you've got a decent amount of opportunities for playing Lucio. Lucio was picked by
Mm-hmm.
both of the teams
Mm-hmm.
previously in that first map there. Lucio has a bit of a, I would say it's not the better pick when you've got Juno, who can kind of do a lot of the same things. You've
Mm.
got that speed boost, you've got that wide range healing. Um, sure, Juno is not quite the same sort of powerhouse that she was when she was first released,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't ban Zarya either, which I thought was a little bit interesting because Lars has been an absolute powerhouse on that
Mm.
Zarya. We've seen a few times just how well they can
Yeah.
be, and I'm surprised they didn't target a ban on that.
I guess yeah, you only get one one Zarya ban for your series,
Hmm.
so maybe at this point Gas D3 knows about Lars Zarya, or well, if they didn't, they definitely do now.
Right.
And maybe it's more of a Hail Mary ban. Like if my guess is if EREUS wins Route 66 and Laws is just like pounding on Gas D3 with a fully charged Zarya, maybe we'll see a ban for map 3, because I mean they'll basically have their backs against the wall, and they'll need basically all the leverage they can get. So that might be when or actually why they haven't bothered yet.
Yeah, another
But
option
I
could
don't know.
be, because it is Route 66. Is Route 66 a good choice to be picking Zarya, or do you have better options available to you, like Sigma or you
Hmm.
know, what other tanks do you have available? Like a Winston or Diva or something. You have some better options available to you than maybe a Zarya on this map, in my opinion. The
On Route
Torbjorn,
66, yeah.
yeah. I mean, and Torbjorn, I have seen quite a bit of Torbjorn with, the recent mix-up in the meta, particularly
Hmm.
with those perks. I have seen a lot
Yeah.
of Torbjorn played recently because of the damage that you can actually output, which is pretty decent.
Yeah. It's actually really decent. Decent. Although you like depending on your playstyle, you probably want to go Sojourn with a flanker, and just have Torb to basically mitigate like the enemy team's flankers rather than actually like try and leverage Torb as is. Or maybe if you run a very broadly comp, then maybe that starts to make sense again, where your Torb basically trails your tank and you just go ham on the enemy team with an angry dwarf and whatever tank you're running. But
Yeah, I suppose
I don't
so.
know.
Although with the turret, you can also start to shut down other flankers. So
Yeah,
even though,
exactly.
you're not necessarily going to be playing those kind of, you know, flanky heroes that you were suggesting, you could
Mm.
still potentially run a soldier on. Maybe, I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
think this is a little bit reaching, but you could go for something flanky and then also Torbjorn, because the turret
Mm.
is going to be shutting down a lot of flankers like
Mhm.
Tracer quite
Oh
effectively,
yes, most
especially if you don't know how
definitely.
to play around it.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Um, I guess we'll see. At the moment, Arius is on the defense, and Lars will be playing Monkey for a change. I guess that this kind of makes sense because you do want the mobility and the ability to take high ground, whether it's the tunnel that he is right next to, or just like jump back on the gas station. So especially for this first phase, this makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you about that making a ton of sense. because you do have the opportunity to kind of go in, do some damage, jump out to kind of a relative safe ground as well, where you have that high ground on this gas station to sort of retreat and heal up and get some support from your teammates. But they have gone for a couple of flankers here with the Tracer and the Soldier, on both of whom have got plenty of mobility themselves, with a couple of supports in the back line. They're going to be trying to keep themselves alive as much as possible, hence the Brig there as well, and the Ana keeping plenty of health and support.
So far, Gas cannot like dive as they please. They're running. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, they're running. Yeah, a sleep nade railgun to the face. That works.
It does indeed. You're gonna get deleted very quickly if that happens. Getting caught up with the sleep. I mean, I would want to see that sleep. I hope it's a nasty sleep. It's always beautiful when you hit those. It's so satisfying.
Oh yeah, very much so. Okay, a bit of a weird phase for EREUS at this point. They're getting a bit bullied, I would say, by Gas D3 at the moment. But there we go. We get the first interesting picks. Mika is no more. So yeah, that basically signs the that basically rings the retreat horn, and yeah, we're back to square one. Well, not exactly, because the payload has advanced quite a lot. Like they didn't
Seen some gameplay on this before, and EREUS were able to do an excellent job in defending the first point before. So I think it'll be quite interesting to see how well they're going to be holding up against a different team this time around. And Sleek, oh, able to get a headshot, a kill there, but unfortunately one of the supports there of EREUS goes down. The Ana headshot by their own Soldier on there, and then Nano comes out as well onto the Diva here, trying to cause a little bit more disruption, give that some extra damage.
Oh, Jesper!
Away there, and there's Lars.
Oh yeah,
Chasing kill.
that was even kill, but like they lost their honor in the process. Although, yeah, that's probably going to be a bit tricky to defend that. Okay, we do have a bomb. Booga won't be able to remake. No damage done there, other than maybe some damage to the Pride. I guess this is this is back to spawn for Gas D3, but it was a very close call for EREUS.
Oh yeah, unbelievable! I mean, Gas T3, they're using that Diva bomb that's trying to remake, go low on health, trying to make sure to kill that point, but then it gets railgun headshot and is immediately not going to be able to get remake, unfortunately, throwing that Diva bomb ultimately. Nano comes out there into EREUS, onto Lars here, is able to find a kill immediately, is chasing down the Ana in the backline, gets slapped, but dies anyway!
Oh!
There's only an Ana on the backline right now. They're getting support with other players now coming back. They're gonna have to run away, but they've only got 60 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, the time bank has already melted quite a lot, so at this point, yes, this really needs to win that next fight, because it'll basically guarantee that they can cap. Bones is on payload duty, but it's a bit isolated at the moment. I'm not sure he's going to be able to keep this on for too long.
Against the Tracer though, and I'm not sure the Tracer is going to be doing too much against the Brig, unfortunately. It can be quite strong against those flankers. Paxol is able to get a kill!
Oh, that primal! Oh, that was very ambitious! Oh, okay.
Lars gets out alive!
And he gets out alive! I mean, there was like Jesper in the back, like in Gas D3's back lane, so they kind of weren't able to pursue as much as they would have wanted. But yeah, he got off like with 20 HP or something, so not exactly the situation you want to be in. Oh, that's a very fat nade on Booga. Okay, we're gonna compensate for that right after the nade with a big nano. Will that be enough though? Okay, Sleek is down. This is like basically like the last push where Gas D3 needs to have something happen. Lars busted us. That's very good news for Gas D3, and that's very good news overall. The whole EREUS team is now down, and they'll be able to cap. But man, overtime, and that was not easy.
Yeah, they're pushing it so close as well to be in overtime, and that's when you finally captured the point. Like, well, I think I'm risking it just a little bit too much. I think I definitely want to have a little bit more room for comfort if I was playing the game. But I think it's just a strong defense from EREUS there on display.
I mean, when you're
Miles
in the
getting-
last 10 seconds, you risk it all because otherwise you just go
True.
back.
That is very true, and you don't want to be having to defend against that, against EREUS. That will be a horrible thing to be up against. Oh, sleep goes down! Oh! Let's go for the
That's
damage down
very
to EREUS.
fat,
No, they're
mate.
winning this fight. Lots goes down as well. It's just a tracer around. They're going to be paused. Oh!
Oh, I don't know. Pause. Okay. But yeah, Haya with a very solid nade here. And I would say that, yeah, artillery Haya. Definitely. with the with the very nice and on point nades. That's not the first one that he landed. That was that really like at least put either Sleek or another Ares player like more at mid to long range in difficulty. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think quite possibly this was probably one of the very few demonstrations you're probably going to be seeing of some of the new perks. I think that the Ana there has used the Bionic Bounce perk, which allows the Bionic to bounce a second time, and that second time will do 50 damage or 50 healing to an ally. And we did see at that very point in time that Sleek was on 26-ish health, and that's less than 50. You're gonna die if something does 50 damage to you. So I think quite possibly that team fight was won because of that perk.
Maybe that's really. I mean, that's the one like. Well, between the two perks, I don't even remember. I think the other one you have a minor perk for Ana is like you're basically you have when you sleep you sleep a target, you add like 2 seconds dizziness basically to the to your opponent when they wake up.
Yeah, they.
So it's not as valuable.
No. It's really not as valuable as you're saying.
So obviously, like you have all Anas running that, which is like that one perk, and I mean it is like okay, we even like definitely 2 nades. Because I'm seeing with with the 2-minute delay from the stream, we basically have like a small replay, and definitely like what we can see is that Sleek was already like a bit damaged at that point. It was like I don't remember max HP, but he probably had like 10% less, and he took one hit that basically brought him to like those 20-30 HP, and then he died.
Then the nade, yeah, and I think the nade even got a double kill as well.
Well, there were at least 2 people in that door, so
both of them extremely low. So,
and like even if you don't die from it, you can't peek at that point. You're just basically neutralized, and well, it's a good thing you have cover, but that's basically the only good thing that's happening to you at that moment.
yeah, indeed. I mean, you're right to say that like even if they weren't dead, you'll be taking them out of the fight. And honestly, we'll take them out for the fight for the length of that anti-last, and that can last a few seconds. And that's kind of all that they really needed to be melting down Lars and taking down that kill. Now, the Tracer I was briefly saying was on the cart trying to stall for time, and unfortunately all the players of EREUS are now back at spawn, and there's only one real place they're going to be coming from. And NBHD is staring down that choke.
Oh yeah. And Lars is perfectly aware of that. Okay, basically EREUS took the top back from them. Very nice bubble protecting Sleek when overclocking. Oh, that's a good railgun. Those are the railguns we want to see. And now there we go, and that's clean up.
That is fair enough. That was a great exit and a gauge there by EREUS onto that point. I mean, GASS T3 just came off an excellent fight victory there. We're really able to secure that victory quite cleanly, but quite quickly though. And EREUS were well coordinated, coming out in a well-planned fashion.
Oh, that's a very nice nade. Ooh!
Having to use his ultimate here to stay alive as the team kind of rallies around, focus him down. He's able to get a kill. Sleek gets a kill there onto Haya. Ana, they're going to be juggling this. Now they go down as well. No juggle for them. They get spared. pain and suffering. We've got 30 seconds left. It's going to be overtime pretty soon. They're going to have to be regrouping now for sure. But they have so many ultimates online. So many EREUS, but they don't really have too many survival ultimates. They can use a Brig ultimate, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
We'll see, but they have very good, like, very solid position, so that probably will help them tremendously. Okay, overclock is now. Ooh, and BHD knows that the target to me is just Sleek, and that's exactly where the railgun pointed right at the beginning.
Absolutely, and they're looking for all the opportunities they can get. Pulse Bomb kills out, is able to find one. They're all in this little tiny closet in the end. Trying to find some kills. The Nano does come out as well, but they at least will capitalize on it just a little bit. Monkey now was coming back hard, trying their best to defend against 3 players doing damage to them. I don't think that's enough, but it is still overtime. There is 1 player on cart trying to keep it a little bit longer, give them time a little bit of an opportunity to recontest. Perhaps they will be going for that recontest.
Yeah, we just got a recontest from Jesper again. But I guess, like, yeah, those late contests were more to just ensure that GASS would pop as many ults as it takes to just complete 2, which is exactly what happened. So at least that on the EREUS side, they know that at least for the time being, they don't really have to worry about. Ooh, they don't really have to worry about rally, for example.
No!
That was too close for Compet.
Oh, that
Way
was
too close.
Yeah, way too close. He goes down, unfortunately, there. It kind of went into the opportunity, but all of Glass T3 were there. Just focused them down. Had 50 HP or less. Pretty, just not very much you can do in that situation. This has been a stretch from Glass T3 as well.
Another sleep, and another primal to follow it up! Like, you slept me? Fine. Now I'll juggle with your head. Would that be enough, though? Oh, no. Lars bites the dust again. GCB providing the final blow. And there you go. The very nice push from GASS. These 3. All, like, EREUS' supports are basically completely isolated. And, well, even though, well, Sleek did some very nice work with his railgun. Like, again, would that be enough?
It might be enough.
It is. Ooh.
Got some backup now from Lars. There's a couple of members of Glass T3 still around, but Lars is kind of trying to keep them isolated away. He's now going to have the opportunity to regain the high ground, but Glass T3 are going to be coming back just as quickly. The teams are now regrouping. Glass T3 have their ultimate on live. They have 3 of them. Rani comes out now. It's going to be used now to try and give them as much more as possible. Hangar, though, is able to get a kill there on some bones.
Ooh, yeah.
Jump in there with the Nano, trying to find a kill on the back line. He's able to find a kill on one of them, but isn't able to take down Freak there.
Oh, yeah, no, she might have done.
Charged in this time. And off Lars, but there's still someone else on card trying to do their best to kill the members around. And they switch on Bastion, trying to put out as much damage as possible. Overtime is still active here.
Okay, we have a rally that just got popped from EREUS. Will that be enough? Oh, that's a very nice, very juicy pulse bomb on Pingo. And yeah, kill feed is pretty much like most of the time it's red. So my guess is that it's going to be a bit complicated for EREUS to make this happen. Although we are on overtime. Look at the clutches it.
Oh, Last T3, they'd already used so much resources. They were so low on health. Lars comes in and is just able to eke away at those last few health bars. And they just were not quite able to come out on top there. Lars was just a huge amount of health pool as well. Oh, my word. And with such little, being so long in overtime, they only had to leave for like a few seconds. And it was gone. They lost that opportunity to camp all the way and get those 3 juicy points.
Yeah, and that kind of puts them on the back foot, because if EREUS completes, well, there is no re-attacking this map. We're just going into map 3, which would be match point at this point. So yeah, they really need, like GASS T3 really needs to basically like perform a very solid hold for this map in order to bring back a win, or at least a point before a win.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna bring back that win, you gotta start somewhere, and you gotta get to 3 map victories. So that's a third of the way to victory already. That's quite significant.
Exactly.
guess that's one way of looking at it. I'm sure there are probably better ways, but you still got to get that win somehow one way. I'm
Hmm.
not sure how these bands are playing into this though. I guess it's playing just a little bit. They weren't really trying to go for brawly compositions, kind of sticking to the dive, even though they were playing a little bit maybe not quite so divey as normal. Oh, beautiful sleep already, straight off the bat.
Oh, yes, indeed. And BG, oh, yeah, slept, naded, very low. But no, strong opportunity for Lars to just jump in. So that will be the end of it. But still, okay. There we're playing dive, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Trying
definitely. And
everything, but that was maybe a bit too rich for Lars's blood. Five players all to himself. That was a bit too much.
Maybe just a little bit too much getting focused down there is not what you want, but that is how you play the game. You see that tank come in, you're just like, oh, what a beautiful gift. You focus them down, you get that kill, and you win the team fight. But Glass here not doing quite so well, unfortunately. Booga here is chasing down and is able to get a kill onto Sleek already. There's one player less to worry about. Back up here to try and stay alive. They are able to.
Oh, Lars still in a bad position. Oh, and BG is definitely cooking with gas at the moment. Oh, yeah. Oh, Texel with a slither of health, but that just won't be enough. And oh, EREUS is already almost at the end, so that's good. I guess they can complete maybe, but no, they'll have to go back. Jasper Sprague will have a tough time trying to steal that when there are three gassy players right around him. But yeah, we're trying to disrupt as much as possible the defending team with like punches happening left, right, and center. And so far, Gassy 3 is holding to that payload for dear life, and it was working up until now. But now it looks like it's a bit more complicated. Booga with 2 kills already, but he is going to be ejected and dispatched. And yeah, there's only Bones at this point to hold cards. So this is first one. And we do have a solid time bank for EREUS at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. They have, some 4 minutes on the clock now. That's quite impressive. Gas T3 were already being pushed down to overtime. Going to give them a little bit more room to maneuver in the later rounds. But EREUS, though, has not always been the best at this second point from what we've seen so far. Overclock comes online almost immediately, trying to get some kills and opportunities to prevent from setting up. Isn't able to find any kills, is not able to connect anyone. Oh, what a change of character. Oh, and he gets slept as well right at the last minute. The Bones here is able to find the kill onto Sleeks and another kill onto Penguin. 2 members of EREUS are down already. I don't think they're going to be able to equalize, change the course. Even if Lawrence is able to finish the kill onto Bones there, have to go back for a reset.
Yeah, that sounds like reset indeed. Well, especially with Texel out of the picture, it's a bit complicated to hold on to that. Booga swapped to Diva. That's not something we mentioned, but I guess this is like the classic pick when you want to counter a Winston. Maybe not as like god tier-esque as when it was originally when it originally happened, but still pretty solid. Especially with the major perk that allows you to regen and gives you some shields.
Yeah, well, they did commit a couple of ultimates there as well, and their ultimate unfortunately not amounting to very much. That's there with Booga. It's the Diva just kind of sat in their backline, just shooting away with the shotguns, doing damage, and just kind of kept them away from being able to support Lars there.
Indeed. And okay, now new engagement. Okay. Oh, that pulse! Okay.
So close!
So we now know Booga so that he could stay alive. He is definitely alive, very much so, and dispatches Lars. That's a good defense. At least better than what we've seen on first point. Booga is like, well, he's struggling a little less, I would say, compared to when he was running Hazard. But still, this is no picnic.
No, it's no picnic, but it's been a little bit of a messy fight after messy fight, and Gas T3 have been capitalizing on this, able to isolate and get that Lars killed. Unfortunately, the tank players are such a valuable character in Overwatch right now. It's just painful when you do lose them early on in the team fight.
Yeah, in 5v5, you don't really get a spare tank, so that's a problem. Oh, that's a very nice nano, very probably, yeah, going straight for the back lane. But Lars doesn't see eye to eye with this and just pops Primal, which basically like stifles that that little push from Buka.
Well, I don't think it's really going to matter too much because EREUS are going to have to reset anyway. They lost one of their players early on, and Lars now, having used that ultimate, is going to be swapping over now to the Hazard. One of the newest heroes, in fact, to the game. I think it's the newest, not one of, but the newest.
Yes, indeed. Okay, what do we have to play with here? That's a bit complicated. Okay, the bomb gets thrown out, but I guess that... Oh no, that bomb takes all! That's huge! Yeah, these three on their way to just like stop EREUS on the street's face.
I mean, normally I say, I talk about, you might talk about commentators jinxing a particular paper, the commentators curse, but unfortunately, I mean, I did kind of forebode that EREUS on the second point in Colorado 66, sorry, Route 66, are not particularly strong at this on attack, and unfortunately it has come, and they have whistled down their entire 4-minute timeback. They are now in overtime. And it now comes to whether or not they're able to stay on the cart, stay alive as long as possible. But Lars T3 don't have any ultimates available to them.
Lars is in a very bad position. Will he survive? Apparently that's okay. It's kind of taken care of. The positions have somewhat been inverted, and Pingo is riding the cart. Okay. Bones doesn't see too kindly this cart moving, but don't drop that cart, please, EREUS. And that's a cap. Wow.
Oh my word. That is. Oh, I'm so shocked. I mean, I know you probably think about this a lot, but I was shocked that they were able to get that victory. I mean, I know they were able to do some great kind of maneuvering. They were threatening kills and deaths there. They had plenty of ultimates as well. And they kind of maneuvered them into a bad position. And Glass TV, unfortunately, lost that position. It shows how powerful position can be.
Oh yes, exactly. At this point, yeah, Gas T3 had very solid positioning throughout on this phase, and then at some point, EREUS made the right picks, and all of a sudden, the top was clear, and it was way easier for them to just keep on rolling.
But while we've been yapping, a fight has been going on. A couple of ultimates have come online, have been used. The downpour and the bomb as well from both of these teams. They've not really been able to find too much. Sleek was able to find one kill, but they've not been able to find any other. And Glass T3 are able to find more. They are able to push them all the way back to spawn. Gas T3 doing an incredible job here on the final point. Overtime is looming though for EREUS.
Oh yeah, 10 seconds. That is that is not much, especially since the payload is only at the beginning. Okay, both overclocks invested. Each surgeon trying to take the other one out. Oh, but Sleek takes the cake with 2 limbs and 1 on higher, which is going to simplify things a bit for EREUS, and they kind of need it since they're already in overtime, and this will run out pretty fast when we get to the end of this point.
They are making this really, really tight for both of these teams. Can't believe we're going to get to watch such an exciting match, but Rally is able to come out online. They also have the pulse bomb. Will they be able to find any kill? Oh, down with the Rally. Oh, the team against Team Max early. With the pulse bomb. Oh, but it doesn't really matter. They're able to find a couple of kills of himself. He doesn't need a pulse bomb to find them. Oh, and they are able to capture the point. EREUS coming out with a second map victory, even though Gas T3, but not enough.
I mean, yeah, at this point he was the only one remaining, so that pulse basically gave him the opportunity to stall for like a couple more seconds, but that was just not enough. That's too bad, though. That was a very nice pulse.
It was a really nice pulse. It had to be a little bit bigger for them to pull out that squeaky victory that they also needed. EREUS now on victory here for the series. They got one more match point for the series.
Yep.
I probably didn't really word that particularly well for people to understand. Match point. So GASS T3 are going to have to come through with a reverse sweep. If there are any GASS T3 fans in the chat, I hope you are excited. I hope you've got your copy passages or whatever ready. Maybe to send them on Twitter. Who knows? But I'm sure they're going to be needing your support if they're going to be pulling out this reverse sweep, because EREUS have been looking so strong. I think GASS T3 might need that little bit of an extra push.
Yeah, but I would argue that, like, especially like what we've seen on Route 66 is that it's interesting because in some fights we can see the two teams that look very evenly matched because of like either individual plays or the positioning and the timing that they rely on, and also in some of the fights it's way more like kind of one-sided, and I would argue that maybe EREUS has those in their favor just a smidge much, but it allows them to power through everything.
Yeah, perhaps you do need a little bit of mechanical skill, and I feel like
well, this level of play, I think it's safe to assume.
Really I mean, well, of course, it's safe to assume that you've got mechanical play, but you know, you really want to be eking out those fractions there of mechanical skill, because it's not just those one-off kind of things. You've really got to be like working on a lot of like different kind of scenarios and just tightening up those mechanics just a little bit, really refining them. It's always amazing to me when I do talk to kind of professionals, or even when I've been training myself in certain in things. Just how much effort is required to really like narrow down and just rehearse and practice and refine those mechanics. Because I know it's kind of a bit sort of easy just to say, oh, just work, you know, just aim or whatever, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's actually really incredible just how much little details can really go into those parts of the game.
Indeed, yeah, it's always quite surprising. I mean, and there are also like the well, there is only 10 seconds left moment, so might as well risk it.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
We're gonna go on Soravasa for the next and maybe final map? Question mark.
Possibly.
EREUS bans Juno, and Queen is getting banned by GASS T3. I mean, Queen apparently has become a bit of a powerhouse with the select perks. I don't remember, but apparently, like, yeah, she has I haven't like quite studied out, but apparently she has perks that kind of boosts her regen depending on the damage she does. I would need to have a look at Sojourn's perk cheat sheet to be sure, but Recalling Jacket Blade, Commanding Shout. Oh yeah, well, Battle Shout is interesting. Just reload the scatter gun, but Deep Wounds, Extend Wound Durations, Carnage Impact Gains. Oh yeah, okay. Savage Satiation, a major perk. Carnage's impact damage gains 100% lifesteal, which is always interesting.
100% lifesteal. That is not something to be sniffed at. I'm not sure what the base amount is for those things like that, but that seems quite potent. In fact, Junker Queen has also been a little bit of a surprise pick. They have seen some kind of surprise strategies at the highest levels of gameplay in Overwatch, where I believe it was Cloud, I believe, or something like that. They brought out a surprise Junker Queen pick here on this map, which was a little bit off meta at the time, and people were kind of a little bit surprised by it. And some people did kind of like think about it and analyze, and it has become a bit of a staple for this map. So I guess it's not too surprising. And Lars has in fact shown a little bit of I think it's at least in a couple of maps using that Junker Queen to great effect. And in fact, they have in fact chosen it as their player icon. So I wonder if that may have a little bit of something to do with it. I suppose we might be seeing, though, a Zarya, which was
Mhm.
not banned. And La Zarya is not something you want to be,
Yeah.
leaving too much freedom for.
Yeah, especially since like the first point of basically all like the two flashpoint maps that we have is I would say close quarters adjacent, but especially on Suravasa. And this is going to be difficult to not shoot into that Zarya's bubble, I would say. At least Gas T3 will have to very much like respect laws if it chooses to go Zarya, but maybe we'll see something more like I don't know, like in the realm of Ramatra or stuff like that. I don't know. Well, we'll see soon enough. Whenever lobby is finalized, the interface on FACEIT is now completely blank. I'm not sure what's happening, but
Well, I'm
we
sure we'll
should be
be
there
able to find out.
momentarily.
Yeah, finding out momentarily what's going on. I'm excited as always, though, as this map can throw a little bit of surprises. It can
Mhm.
tend to be a little bit of a rolly sort of thing, or
Mhm.
whatever. And we have heard from the production team as well that Lars, unfortunately, is having a little bit of an issue with the probably maybe internet
Oh.
or something. So,
Mm.
unfortunately, one of the players there not quite connected, unfortunately, just yet, and a little bit sad. I'm looking forward to seeing Lars perhaps destroy on whatever tank they're going to be
Mm.
picking. But of course, you do need to be staying alive for that, and you need your
Mm.
teammates to be helping as well. It's not just a one-man game. It is a 5v5, not 1v5. I know that's
Yeah,
probably
most
obvious,
definitely.
but
Well, we'll see what happens, but yeah, I kind of remember like the last games Heroes played, what they ran mostly that we haven't seen yet tonight is a Zarya Venture combo with a Jesper Swag, so not playing Genji but rather Venture, and it worked to great effect because like basically what Jesper could do was get in really deep and have his supports and his Zarya bail him out whenever he needed, and it worked to great effect on like different occasions. So I'm curious on like about why they didn't do that tonight. Maybe they just want to make things up a bit because they say they think that at this point this is a bit scouted and there's no point in running that comp anymore, or at least not too frequently. But yeah, this worked to great effect. So I wonder if we could see that on Suravasa, at least on the first point. I think it would be very interesting.
yeah, well, on the first map, I believe Venture was in fact banned by
Hmm.
EREUS. So even though you sort of mentioned that kind of composition, I wonder if they are a little bit more concerned about Gas T3 running it rather than themselves. I really can't
Maybe.
say for sure. I'm, not 100% familiar with both of these teams, although I have gotten the opportunity to watch a lot of matches that EREUS have been playing on for one
Mm.
reason or another.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But like back on what you said, it's like uh, at this point, I would argue that yeah, you could be kind like as Arius, you could be kind of wary that the other team kind of knows what you're about and plays to counter you. But at the same time, when you're up 2-0, you can take some risks and see if you can just like get the 3-0 with just like basically signature move of the moment. But yeah, maybe also you don't want to get too much into overconfidence territory, and then you choose to make things up so that you're always keeping the other team guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. With those kind of situations.
Mm.
Well, on the other hand, though, Gas T3 are going to be having a bit of a, and it seems like we've received some new information. We're going to be
Hmm.
taking a quick little break, as it seems like the players, unfortunately, have been having a bit too much of a difficult time kind of getting back and logging back into the game. or whatever kind of unfortunate technical difficulties they're having. And I'm sure it'll be a quick little break, and we'll be back for more games. No time at all.
Grab a drink and we'll be back. And
We're back earlier than expected. The break may have had 7 minutes on there, but we're back a little bit early. I'm
Well,
sorry,
yeah.
Hoshin. I'm sure you had something ready. Here I am.
That's
Messing
perfectly
around.
fine. That's perfectly fine. I'd rather see the next game, to be honest, because this is probably like about to be a doozy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
We'll see
yeah,
how it goes. I mean, GASS-T3 have done a great job in pushing EREUS quite hard, actually, especially in that last map that GASS-T3 chose, Route 66. They were they were really pushing it very close. They almost got victory on that map. Sadly, not so. It might not be quite so close as we might be expecting, as this is also, I believe, GASS-T3's map pick. And it's going to be interesting how that's going to be turning out. You want to be wanting to pick something that you're strong or comfortable on, rather than being put on kind of the back foot. And it seems like the game will be starting very, very soon. We're going to be going in any moment now. What kind of things are we going to be expecting from these teams? Just as a quick refresher.
So I didn't quite get that, but we're in game.
Did my mic cut out? Oh no.
No, it's just me, I guess, because sometimes it just my mind just goes away, I guess. So we are on Survasa, okay.
We are indeed. So what's the?
We had interesting picks at the beginning, but we'll see what comes out of the assembly phase, because for a moment we had laws on Roadhog, and that's something I haven't seen yet. But hey, well, we still have 30 seconds, so they have plenty of time to make me a liar. But Laws and Jesper are apparently trying the old Zarya venture thing, which is going to be interesting. This should give plenty of room for Sleek also, because this is like very disruptive when you have this in front of you. So it definitely opens up opportunities for mid to long range players.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first time that I'm going to be seeing this kind of composition from EREUS here, and I hope it's going to be going well for them. I don't really see any kind of strategies that you occasionally see, like, for example, a Symmetra TP just to try and get out a little bit quicker. especially when you have a fast-moving character like that Sojourn, that they're sticking together as a team, trying to contest this high ground on this point already, trying to keep some space with Lucio a little bit too far forward, trying to play like a certain infamous character. It's going to cost them this particular fight, sadly.
Yeah, very nicely played from GASS T3. That entry pick really doing some work, as it enabled like basically you can take one support out, then what is the attacking team gonna do? And since that shows stairs, they didn't really have like much cover to duck behind.
Yeah, no, they didn't really have too much cover to duck behind, and eventually it's going into the backline, trying to get the support that they get from that Zarya bubble. Going solo, they're cutting it so fine, so little health. They're really trying to search for those kills in the backline, while the remaining players here are trying to focus down the tank and the flanker. And GASS T3 going down. Quickly, unfortunately, this is going to be a nice quick victory here for EREUS. Starting to get some progress on the first point.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, Haya was in a bit of a pickle there. That's just not gonna fly. But yeah, as you've seen, like Jesper really going in deep with his venture, and with still the ability to either like burrow or just get bailed out by Lars. So it's pretty annoying all around for the enemy team.
Pretty annoying indeed, but GASS T3 have already lost a couple of their players already. Lars here with nearly 100% charge, melting down those players, being assisted there with Jericho and the Venture, comboing with them nicely. And
Indeed.
Volska there getting a boot kill as well on Bones.
I guess that's a revenge kill. I haven't seen who he dispatched, but still. But yeah, like that comp, it basically grants Lars like a solid like 80 to 90 energy whenever a fight breaks out. So it's a real boon when you're playing Zarya, because you really need that charge.
You know what's
fascinating
as well? They didn't even use any ultimates. EREUS here are with 5 ultimates, while GASS has only got 4. So we'll be seeing quite a flurry of visual cluster, I suppose, with all these ultimates coming online. Any moment now, I assume.
Maybe. Okay, we're putting foot on the point. Oh, in BHD! It does it again! Entry pick, but will that be enough? Oh, that's a second pick on Sleek, which means that, well, although this was well meant, this Kitsune didn't bring the benefits it should have.
No, unfortunately, only only rushed into their demise. Sadly, GASS T3 there with an excellent kill by NBHD there, bringing us an end to any hopes and dreams. And I think they made the right call as well. You see that the Jericho was the only ultimate they used. Honestly, I think that's a worthwhile trade. They have some more ultimates online, as you see. Sleek here now using his own overclock as well, trying to get some kills. Isn't able to, but they are going to be focusing down and melting away the health slowly but surely of Boga. They aren't able to get the kill, but the beat comes out as well to try and keep them alive. Switches on incredibly hopeless, picks up the kill on Bones anyway. Boga using their own ultimate as well. The Nano comes out as well. Fire. Raven's being traded down as well. All the ultimates getting used here. Still a little bit not eventually able to take them down. That was a huge amount of ultimate.
Well, all of them. Well, pretty much. Just GCB, who said, okay, hold on, maybe that's not necessary. EREUS, although like at this point with 80%, if they wanted to get that point, then they kind of needed to make something happen. So that makes sense for them to kind of go all the way when you're already like, I mean, it's like, for us, in for a penny, in for a pound. You might as well.
Yeah, well, I think they are going to be getting a huge amount of value from this singular blade, able to get 2 kills straight off the bat. Not able to find a third, unfortunately. They are getting, unfortunately, dismembered, having a little bit of jewel. Oh, they come out on top, but unfortunately, OCB. Oh, sorry.
GCB.
They is able to get a kill on them. The overtime already activated here. Gas T3 able to come up the rear, trying to find those extra kills. Wallace is coming up on point as well to try and stall overtime, maybe try and get the flip. They still think that this is winnable, perhaps. They are at 100 cards. They're doing so much damage. Overclock comes out from NBHD. Gonna get those kills. Lars goes down eventually.
NBHD, yeah. Being a magician, making heads disappear. I mean, that's a really nice performance from NBHD on his sojourn. Really. Because like the assumption with EREUS is that Sleek will do most of the work, but he really has his well, not most of the work, but that he will be like really able to perform. But he has his work cut out for him with such an opponent. So that's really nice. Okay, Annihilation gets popped.
Ooh. Find anyone just yet though. EREUS though, they're the ones who are finding kills. Sleek, Volser, and Lars able to find kills. There's only a couple of members left. No members left, in fact. Gas T3 sent back to the spawn room, and they are now going to be starting off getting points now towards that second point. First to 3 in this particular mode. Flashpoint, I'm sure many people watching are going to be quite familiar with this game. Now, I'm not going to be spending too much time explaining.
Exactly. Also, one detail to note, EREUS has all the ults. Gas, not so much, so they probably will want to be a bit fancy to just delay Gas T3 as much as possible. And there we go. Nice excavation. Maybe we can get those 2 kills. Oh yeah, Booga and Bones fall. Oh, and there we go. That's yet another push that's not going to happen. They weren't even close to be able to touch point, and that's only a single ult used from EREUS in order to go to get that. Very nice.
Something I didn't even notice was that in the previous fight they won, and they won in a dry fight. They didn't really use any ultimates. Gas T3 used Annihilation, but EREUS won anyway. They didn't have to use any of their ultimates, and they've been very efficient, only having to use one ultimate. Another ultimate comes online now as well. The Overclock, Kitsune Rush, trying to use what they can.
Oh, that Kitsune! That's gonna hurt a lot. Oh yeah. And there we go.
There we go, at long last, Lars getting all those beautiful, beautiful picks. And now they have 1 ultimate online. Meanwhile, Gas T3, they have 2. Really, I don't think that matters. They're already up a point. Now it is now match point, not only for this series, but also this game as well. It's going to be painful, and I'm sure the pressure's going to be mounting here for Gas T3.
Yeah, they really need to make something happen. Oh, maybe that's the one. Just what Spike Banks does very early on this fight. We do have a grab that might be. Oh no! It was fluked. Oh, too bad for Lars. I mean, you can't always get them, and that looks like point for Gas T3. Yeah, Lars wanted to get fancy there, but we saw him.
Oh no, that is unfortunate. I will forget everything, Lars. I never saw anything. I will continue to glaze how amazing of the sorry player you've been, but I suppose we do all miss some grabs, ultimates here and there.
I'm sure this was lag or something.
yeah, sure, lag. It was my mouse, sir. I swear.
Okay. Oh, that's a very nice wall.
Oh, it is. They get through it quite easily and quickly. The Venture is on point contesting, trying to do what they can. Overclock comes out, but EREUS have got no ultimates of their own. They're going to try and have to win this dry. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Overclock is able to find another. Find them. Somewhat equal now at the 3v3 situation.
Oh, very nice angle for Sleek. Oh, we're able to claim one of Gas T3's players. Oh, maybe. No, Kitsune to secure everything, my guess, for Gas T3. And yeah, the angles are not good for Sleek at the moment. And then PhD dispatches him again. Okay. Oh, didn't realize that you weren't able to dig under an ice wall.
Yeah,
and there we go.
2-2. That kind of makes sense. Where you are in terms of as a player is still above the ground. You just can't phase through those kind of things, unfortunately.
I mean, also it would be way too OP if it weren't.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you say that, but I'd like a little bit of things to be a little bit too OP, maybe. Maybe for one patch. Ultimates are online. Overclock is able to find. Oh, their counterpart!
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice indeed. They aren't able to find anyone else. Cougar on point, getting focused down here by EREUS. Goes down. Support in the back line. It's not going to matter. Lucio and May go down here, and that is going to be the first capture.
Oh, that's just mean. That delay. Like the smallest of delays, but hey, might as well. If we can, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really painful when that happens because they're just gonna have to be sitting there waiting for that player to come back and respawn all from that little play. Gonna buy them an extra few seconds. It might not mean too much right now. It could really be the difference between having to fight an extra fight that you could lose.
Okay, nice excavation. Can we get something with it? Yes, we do. And that's a blue kill feed, which means Gas D3
They're doing this
will
again.
need to go
No,
back.
they're bullying.
Yeah, it's borderline bullying. Yeah. Aww. I mean, that's the game, but
It is.
still. Oh, and that's an even bigger delay. Oh no! Oh, and
That's
BHD.
even more juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, they get a second one. Oh, they're really close to time though. It is overtime. They're going to be really. I think they can do here, focusing down the players. There's no one around.
Oh.
Get close up. Oh, oh my word.
I mean, this is the little things, you know. Very nicely done for EREUS on this map, which means that, hey, they take this map, the 3rd point, and hence the game.
Yeah. Indeed, take the game. It's gonna be a nice little win for them as well. Changing
Oh,
their
yes.
scoreline as well. Their win ratio so far in the league. An extra win for them, hopefully as well, bumping them up in the league from their current position, which I believe is about 10th, 11th right now.
Yeah,
And,
10 to
I'm
11.
sure it's going to be good when they, make some more progress, get further up into that league.
And if I'm not mistaken, Gas was actually on, like, yeah, they are in the 9th place, so they might very well just sweep it from under them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, EREUS did have a little bit of a tough start to the season. They were playing against some of the most difficult teams, strongest teams, in fact, in this league. And I guess that's kind of to be expected that they would be put onto that kind of a back foot when they are playing against the top teams in the series. And they've kind of been proving that by remaining at the top of the league so far. Teams like, I mean, just look at the leaderboard. It's quite clear. You know, you got 0907, you've got Demi Paro, both of those teams filled with very experienced and skilled players. But unfortunately, it's not enough. But they've still got plenty of games to go. I believe they have 5 more games remaining in the league, so it's enough to change that win ratio.
Yeah, most definitely.
And turn around.
They've shown like very good performance against Quick Esports last week, where
That's true.
They lost, but it was only 2-3. So
Right.
that was like there was nothing to really be shy about. I guess that at this point, all that's left for us is to designate an MVP and announce tomorrow's show. So, Java, who was the MVP in your opinion?
In my opinion, oh my word. I'm really not so sure. I feel like in previous games I've had a good kind of idea of who might be MVP. They just did such a good job on their teams, and we're really kind of on a day where they were just absolutely popping off. But today I feel like every kind of member was doing just a lot of work. I feel like the Brig did a lot of work in a lot of those games. I think Lars was excellent as a tank. There were some unfortunate moments there, but I think overall, just when they had been given that Zarya and they were just, melting there, I feel like they really did do a great job on the tank. But what do you think?
I mean, I'm torn because at the same time, yeah, I would say the same, especially about Lars, but there is HBDB, if I remember the name correctly,
Yes.
who comes to mind as he really like gave Sleek a run for his money.
Absolutely.
I would definitely like position myself towards that.
Yeah, no, I think that definitely makes sense. And I think there are just a lot of standout moments. I would probably, you know what? I think I have to agree with you. I think I would have to give this to MBHD. They really did do a great job. I think they
MBHD,
really kept a lot of the players in check.
Mm.
And sure, they unfortunately GAS T3 did not win the game, but
Mhm.
they were giving them a run for their money.
Oh yeah, NBHD. Okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. We've said the name for like the past hour or something, but for some reason my brain just blurbed. Okay, well, NBHD it is, and we've got a broadcast tomorrow. This
Yes.
one will be EREUS, of course, versus EU Thunders. EU Thunders, who are currently standing. Where are they standing? Oh, so they are in the at the second half of the standings, so 12th to 14th place. They have played 9 matches so far. One against Victims and Little Dogs, but the rest has not been so tender on them. And well, but at the same time, I mean, it was like, yeah, they encountered the Impero, they encountered Sir Pigcheck, well, Senior Pigcheck,
Mhm.
Waspo no. So yeah, not exactly like the easiest of games.
No,
But
you're right.
they still are scheduled for quick, like on the 18th of March. So yeah, there's still a long way to go. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But it looks like it could be a fun match nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, areas being able to put, Quick Esports, who are now placed, I believe, second in the league overall, is honestly, really impressive. And I think it's just kind of showing that areas really are quite a strong team, despite what their placement is currently showing. And that next match, I'm sure, is going to be exciting because all of these teams are some of the best teams you're going to be coming across in this FACEIT EMEA Masters division. It's going to be so good. So you really should make sure that you're following and catch that match because I know it is going to be just as exciting as all the matches we have seen before.
There's a subscribe button down there somewhere. I'm trying to point at it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm doing it correctly, but whatever.
I
You
can't.
know
I
what to
can't
do.
really point. I can't move my lips in that way. I'm slightly rigid in my. Help me.
Well, I can. Anyway,
No.
I think that's going to be it for tonight. Yafa, thank you for being here and casting with me.
Oh, of course.
And on my end, see y'all tomorrow. And Yafa, I'm not sure that like you'll probably be on next week, but we don't have the planning yet, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. But I certainly will love to come back again. Once again, I'm so happy to have been here with you, Ocean, and I am.
Thank you.
I really don't have anything else to say. So, I think that's all from me. I think there's going to be a goodbye from me, goodbye from the stream, and big thanks to both of these teams for playing. It is so good to be watching, and you better be following to keeping track of when we are next live.
Most definitely. Well, this has been EREUS, produced by ELC, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.